In the end, what has been reached is that around 30 countries have made that Copenhagen Accord. I don't know whether somebody of you have read it, but it is just 2.5 pages, so it's a little bit short document. What is the most maybe serious problem is that when you read the beginning, there is written only that the parties take note on this accord. So it is not legally binding at all. Nonetheless, it is the good point for where to begin with further discussion and with further negotiating with all these parties. In fact, those 30 countries represent also 80% of CO2 emissions. So it is really, I think, a substantial part of all those who are in charge of this problem. And it means that to go under the Copenhagen Accord in a, let's say, unanimous way, or to try to use some of the parts for making agreements with several partners, not all of them, like it's been intended in the beginning. So, what are the next steps which should be held? It should be the next steps. Of course, we have to analyze it thoroughly and to think twice and cut once, as I say. Of course, there should be finished those ad hoc working groups for long-term cooperative action activities and for Kyoto Protocol. We should still keep strong support for what has been so far achieved and to go further on in the terms of the Copenhagen Accord. To say that 20% decrease of our emissions is still our promise, and potentially 30%. And of course, we have to be aware of the case that we have experienced right now, and to keep it as a lesson learned that not every time we can be successful in getting consensus. So let's hope that the Copenhagen Green Climate Fund will be established very fast, hopefully this year. We have to keep our union, in fact, very consistent. As I was hearing the speech of Connie Hedegaard, she was complaining from her side that the mandate which has been given by the member states to the European Commission was too strict, so they couldn't facilitate better the situation, and she had the feeling that this was limiting a lot. So hopefully it will change in these terms as well. And of course, the Copenhagen Accord is a step which should be used right now. Otherwise, maybe it could be forgotten by those who have signed so far. So let's do something right now. There is also expected that there will be, until March 2010, there should be potentially made a meeting which is in work, called right now Friends of the Accord. And of course, it's good to still make as much as possible the alliances with those who have been in charge and who cooperated more or less with the European Union. What would be the best? It would be that we would have achieved the new climate treaty in this year. So Mexico is the next challenge. Anyway, Life Plus, as you know, is still a growing contributor to solving climate change. As Timo was saying, there is a growing number of projects in these terms. It's also thanks to your projects. But as I would say, everything is right now on a crossroads. So it is also a question for us and for you where to go further. This is the statistics Timo was talking about. In 2007, just 65 projects were submitted, 22 chosen in terms of climate change. Then it was 61 projects submitted, but 41 already chosen. And 2009, we have registered 81 projects. Their variety is very, very big, but that priority, which is written in your proposals, is showing that simply it is the issue almost number one. I was also asked by my colleagues that I should remind you that this seminar is also its purpose is also to create networking, and you should know that we have created live program community. This is their website. I let's say strongly recommend you to join, as even the groups which are represented here and which will be how this in these groups you will be divided shows how big variety of the climate change is now. So there are all those 5 groups, but I think that it wouldn't be such a big problem to create much more. I was talking with my colleagues from the climate change units, and I was asking them, please tell me, where would you like to see, what kind of projects you would like to see to be proposed in the program. They had pretty problems because they are much more policy oriented, so it was hard to get some ideas from them. Nonetheless, some of them I have found. And they were speaking about that climate resilience and climate proofing. These are the problems which should be discussed, should be solved in potential projects in future. They were also telling me that in terms of emission trading scheme, there would be good to see some piloting in terms of small and medium enterprises, so that it was tested somehow how the emission trading scheme can work on that, let's say, lower level. Also, they were telling me we would like to see some better vehicle technologies projects, also intelligent traffic management systems, technology saving energy in practice. Of course, in general, they would like to see the projects which are less consuming the energy. What they were also telling me more, it would be good to hear all of what's relevant to climate change package in sectors. So it is improving impact of transport and buildings. This is that issue which should be solved pretty seriously, and I think that there is that potential even in terms of saving CO2 emissions, a very big one. What we would like to hear from you here is whether the Life Plus should be potentially restructured. So now it has 12 priorities. Somebody can say it is too wide. Maybe it's not enough. I don't know. Maybe it's too narrow. What I would like to hear from you is that whether we integrate, in fact, the climate change problems sufficiently into other policies. It's, I don't know, agriculture policy and business policies. All that seems to me that might be questioned, and might be also some proposals coming from you. And of course, Life Plus, or the next Life Plus Plus, should have a new content. And there is a question: what content you would like to see, you would like to hear from us, you would like to see in that proposal, in that regulation in the future. So this is what I would like to hear from you in the end of the seminars. So I think it's then question to, I think it would be good to set up these questions, to make some stable list maybe here. These should be answered in your panel meetings. Of course, we would like to hear any specific proposals, maybe outside of what I have said around here. It's also a question for you whether the scientific knowledge of climate change is still sufficient for being tested in Life Plus. It's also the question which can be answered by you.